Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today, this is more of a thought piece. This is not an actual. I'm not going to probably be showing any cards or anything, but if you're like driving to work or doing something, this might be a good one to listen to. Just random thoughts I have. Um, I don't know exactly how it's been going in your particular area. Let me do a little background. This morning, I woke up and you got like the Google News thing that it pops up on your phone. And what popped up this morning was Amazon had their Cyber Monday. This past Cyber Monday was the best business day in the history of that company. Now I'm a Black Friday shopper. For those of you outside the U.S., Black Friday is a thing started years and years ago. It follows immediately Thanksgiving. Heck, nowadays it's on Thanksgiving. But um, stores mark down a lot of stuff to generate sales, you know. And then the internet became a thing, and they started doing Cyber Monday, which is deals on Monday. Now I'm a Black Friday shopper. I've father of four. It's when you're buying Christmas for that much, you plus now there's a grandkid, so you got to pinch them pennies where possible. And so I've Black Friday for 20 years, and I noticed this year. I was standing there. I waited, a couple hours. I didn't have to because the item I wanted was not really in demand. But I literally had nothing else to do. So I was like, well, you know what? I'll just go and play on my phone, sit on the floor by the display, whatever. So, but I noticed there was nowhere near the amount of people in actual brick and mortar stores. And I noticed that on, well, Thursday night into early Friday. And then, like Saturday, you get the note or a little message that it was the biggest Black Friday ever, but because of online purchases. And then Mondays. So this, I am a retailer now. So I sell food. I have been in my business for 29 years. But this doesn't really, it kind of applies, but it kind of doesn't. But anyway, um, the internet, I mean, nobody was prepared for this. Wizards wasn't prepared I say Wizards, Richard wasn't prepared when he made the game. So many things we just didn't see coming. So, and with that, now we have most products. I mean, most people buy stuff online. I have actually been in local game shops as far back as 4 or 5 years ago. I have been in local game shops, and the guy right next to me, he's, he sees the card in the case, and he pulls it up on wherever online. So this one's $5 cheaper. But and I don't know. I don't have the answer because the answer is a community answer. That's what it is. And yes, while I say I participate in the Black Friday because I can save dollars, but you know what? I also try to support my friendly local game store. Um, Not every town's got one, and sometimes there's no friendly in the friendly local game store. I get that. I've been in some of those places, um, but I have lived in towns where there has been none, and none for an hour drive in any direction. And we were 3 or 4 of us were meeting up at the Pizza Hut. You buy some food, you pick a slow night. They don't really care, but uh, there's so many ways to play Magic now. We have Magic Online, and we have Arena, and Arena's huge, and they're putting a ton of money behind it. And now we've got Wizards selling. singles, for lack of a better term, the Secret Lair. I mean, yeah, they're cool and all, but I think Evan Irwin kind of had it best. Why is this not like a monthly subscription service like Magical Loot Box or something? Uh, they just, whatever their subscription is for that month, that's how much they print. And oh, by the way, y'all know Secret Lair, there's two printings, right? Yeah, there's two printings. Um, Logically, there has to be. Because think about it. Yes, they say that whatever is ordered in that 24-hour period is how many is going to get printed. But you know what? There's already been a printing. Or else how would these 7 content creators who previewed them, they have the actual literal product. So some have already been printed. I don't know. Anyway, that product's not for me. Yes, they're all beautiful. They're all gorgeous. If you want those cards, go get them, by all means. But there again, those are not available for your friendly local game store. Now, is the game store going to lose out on any business because of that? Probably not. But there again, we only have X amount of dollars that are disposable. I mean, we all have stuff like, mortgage payments, and we got to put gas in the car, and cell phone bills, which I got to get another one because mine is ceasing to exist. But anyway, there's so many demands on our dollar that I get the need to save money. And I also, as a retailer, I also get the you got to compete part of it. So I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. But I do know that I'm going to try to do something about it. The friendly local game store that I visit is Collector's Connection in Dyersburg, Tennessee. I am there 5, 6 times a week. I spend my lunch breaks there. It's about a mile from where I work. Just kind of go there during my lunch break or after work or something, kind of download the day, get. I love Jeff. He's the owner. He has run that store. He has owned that store for 18 years. 18 years in a game shop. That's outstanding. Do you know what is the average shelf life? 4 years, 5 years? I mean, it's not long. I have seen a bunch come and go in the 24, 25 years I've been playing Magic. But, I mean, he's got a lot of stuff. It's not just Magic there. I mean, he's got comic books and video games and Funko Pops, and I mean, a lot of the collectible, nerdy type stuff. I'm going to knock this ornithopter off. But he does an excellent job there. And now I get together with my play group every Friday. We have there's 4 or 5 of us who are pretty much the core nucleus, and then we have a lot of folks that just come when they can. Some may come once a year, once every couple of years, or they're home from out of state or whatever. But sure, no problem. But we play at somebody's house, and I'm going to start Saturday, December 14th. And I know I don't like to date videos and things like that because I never know when y'all are going to watch them. But Saturday, December 14th, I'm going to throw a Commander thing. I don't know. It's not really a tournament because that's not what we do. We're Commander players. We get there and have a good time. I talked to Jeff, the owner, and he said, I've got prize packs, I've got promos, I'm willing to do anything. So I'm going to be there. I'm going to have as many decks as I can possibly have with me in case anybody needs to borrow a deck. Now, y'all know I tend to lean a little more toward the casual side or the wackiness. What's the word? Jank. But I encourage everybody. I don't know how many people I have got that are watching in the West Tennessee area. Now, Dyersburg is right there on the state line from Missouri. So, like, Caruthersville's not that far. The Jackson, Tennessee, Halls, Tennessee, all around those. Y'all come out and let's have a huge Commander night. I just want to show that we have a presence. And typically, now on a larger scale, we all see what's happening with the command zone at all the GPs and the Command Fest. We see that. We see it on Twitter. We see it on YouTube here, on Facebook, and how the attendance is. But you know what? That's not helping your friendly local game store. That's not helping the collectors connections of the world, or the Goose's Computers and Games of the world. It's just not. So maybe we can start this weekly, out of monthly. I don't know, but right now I know locally, Commander interest is up. It's at an all-time high. Obviously, we've been saying that for what, 10 years, um, and I want to show that this community will show up and we will play. Just, for I do apologize. Just butts in seats. It's hard for me to edit that because that's not what I normally say. But try to keep it friendly. Uh, but that's just, and it'll be Saturday. Now the time, we're going to say afternoon. That way, nobody's obligated to a certain time, or it's not like there's going to be a start time for a tournament or whatnot. Just play as many pods as we can, however many games we can, as big a game as we can. I keep my plane chase set there, just in case anybody wants to play it. By the way, Commander Plane Chase is amazing. The only thing better than Commander Plane Chase is Commander Plane Chase Kingdoms. I'll have to get me a kingdom set between now and then. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. I'll be there. I may be there alone, but I encourage you if you can. And yeah, it's probably not. We're not talking a 1K, or we're talking a group of just Commander players who love the format, love to play Magic. By the way, I'll try to entice you with. He has got 4 row boxes of pretty much commons and uncommons. He's got them like sorted by block, all the way back, like all the way. He's been open for so long, and I find cards every time I go through it, and I'm like, because y'all know me, I'm constantly building decks. I'm constantly building different decks. The decks I'm building this week are going to have a totally different set of needs than the decks I'm building next week or next month. So I'll look through there and I'll be like, I need one more. Today I bought a Library of Ling and 15 pain lands, because y'all know I use some duels, and right now the pain lands are cheap. So, but yeah, and he sells a lot of stuff on consignment for players. His own personal rare stock he sells at half TCG, half. So it's by far the cheapest place. That's why I always check there first, and that's why I will only buy something, especially from the internet, when I can't find it locally. And even when I do hit the internet, I try to there's Q's Comics and Games in Dexter, Missouri. There's a Goose's Computers and Games in. I went blank. What is the name of that town? I went dumb. McKenzie. Goose's Computers and Games in McKenzie, Tennessee. I knew if I'd stared at you long enough, I could hear you screaming. But they have TCG player accounts, and I'll always check there first. Or if it's a shop I know of, there's one down here in Selmer, Tennessee, and I'll try to buy it, as locally as I can that way, because that way I know it's from a LGS. But anyway, my big thing is the internet's growing. It is a juggernaut. There is no stopping it, and I am scared to see the tabletop community die. I really am. It's how I started playing. Um, Buddy of mine, well, y'all, I've done told that story. Y'all know it. But we didn't have a game shop back then. There were no game shops, in '94. There was your comic book shop or your baseball card shop, maybe video store, whatever, who just sold some of this on the side, and that was it. It's one of those towns I lived close to. It was a tanning salon that had like Disney collector cards, and they ordered some Magic. Anyway, but I don't want to witness the rise and then the fall of all game shops. And there are big ones out there. Star City's not getting hurt, Card Kingdom's not getting hurt, Channel Fireball. Those are all amazing and they're huge. But for those of us who don't live in those big cities or don't have access to, walking into a 60-player F&M every Friday, in some of our towns, some of these small towns where there's one struggling game shop, can't fire an F&M with 8 people. Um, y'all know what I'm talking about. I've heard of some of them not being able to fire pre-releases, and the pre-release is kind of the big deal. That's where people come out that don't normally come out. So, uh, but anyway, we're gonna. I'm hoping to show in mass the Commander Force, but anyway, that's what I've got for today. It's kind of broad and kind of not what I do, but at the same time, if there's any of y'all watching that, I'll be happy to play with anybody as long as Jeff's willing to stay there and keep the lights on. Um, but y'all come on out, and if you got any suggestions as to what decks you've seen that you want me to bring, hey, just comment here, and I'll be sure to throw that deck in the box that day. But I do appreciate it. Thank y'all so much. And we have a great format. We really do. For me, it's kind of more about the gathering than the magic. For me, every Friday, I don't necessarily go to play cards. I go to see the buddies. We all hang out. We have a good time. You know what? We happen to be playing Magic. The greatest form of Magic we could possibly play, of course. But thank y'all so much, and thank you for all you do. You're watching right now, commenting, sharing. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. A lot of times, uh, I feel like, or I would imagine a lot of content creators feel like, I do it because it's a passion of mine. If every video I did got 0 views, I would probably still be doing it. Because let's face it, in the early days when you first start up, video number 1, you put out there, it gets like 6 views, and I'm like, yes, somebody watched it that's not family. But everybody starts from 0. We all do. Anyway, 0 subscribers, 0 views. That's where we all started at. But anyway, I appreciate y'all watching and y'all subscribing and liking and sharing and all that jazz. What is it? Ringing the bell to get the whatever. But thank you. Thank you very much. And I've got a deck listed. I think it's time to record it. So we'll probably see y'all tomorrow or the next day or whenever. Good night.